one out on this kiddie platform, and they accepted it, and then 370 million people loaded this fucking thing down. So this guy, it's a small givey, like so, yeah, and this is it, yeah. And I asked him, what does this mean? And he said, it means absolutely nothing. Okay, now I have some friends in Japan, yeah. But this is completely crazy, and this is a form of this social media phenomenon, yeah. And so this is something which works completely different from like
and that's
analog.
That's another question, because there's a question of cyber zombies.
And then you scroll in Instagram.
Yeah, you're scrolling.
I think it's like fast food, yeah? You're scrolling the art into Instagram, and it's
absolutely
totally different to see the picture on small one, yeah, on your small phone, as the really the corporal feeling, corporal, real. And but now it becomes more and more virtual, and
it's like listening to music like this, no? It's like interesting that they don't want to hear it in a more. I mean, of course, some have the big speakers with them, but many people still listen through the iPhones and smartphones.
But even sorry, there are some very good or positive perspectives. I can do. Yeah. Even in the phones, in the MP3 or digital music, you have the whole music in your pocket, whole world music. But for what?
It's
for
quantity,
what?
not quality.
And now it's a new term of material term, we can say it, and a material term because even now you have so many vinyl LPs in the stores, and there's such a renaissance of a Plattenspieler, of a gramophone, like for 20 or 30 years. That's the positive perspective you can see at the end of the road. Okay, it can be better than now. You don't need to have the whole world music in your pocket if you want some quality. If you want this artificial quality in your hands, to have the artwork of the album, of the music, and also listen the quality of your vinyl.
No, but I mean, it's not about being negative. Because the art scene we were talking about, I mean, these people, the Viennese art scene, which is actually willing to even go far out somewhere into an old factory building to see a performance or to see some art, is actually this. Yeah. It's a term. There are lots of people who give a shit on this old digital and on this art market stuff, because the parallel is more strong visited than the Vienna art. And so it shows that the people, it's not, the market starts to collapse because it has overfed its clients. No? And now the people are really, I mean, there are more and more people who go for quality and direct communication instead of having these chewing gums. No?
Now you're saying,
it's not a question. I wanna make like the thing is with digital art. It's like what we see now is like what we see in the last years. It's an emergence of a form of art that you can't buy. It's you know, with all the meme arts, and it leaked out a bit in the let's say the normal art. It's like you have a lot of art you can't buy. It's something you couldn't put it in your.
So you can have a Van Gogh on your wall.
Yeah,
so you have the Van Gogh, all Van Goghs in your pocket.
No, but you have like, for example, it's like vapor art. It's like it disappears. It's like something you enjoy. It communicates something, but then it's like gone. And that's something we see that you can't.
There is no discussion, no discourse, no.
Yeah, sure. You have a lot of discourse.
You have
a lot. Yeah. The discourse, like on the internet, about art, it puts aside all the discussions about about like money and exposure, because you have the exposure immediately, like you said with the gift, yeah, but you can't like pay money for that gift. No, it's like something. No, I will. You have with internet
You pay money
privacy,
for the
and
connection.
you have like with everything how the internet works. It's like if it's in the internet, it isn't worth anything anymore. But it can communicate. It's still the communication, like you said, like the communication with the contemporary is still there, but you put aside all the discussions about money, and that's the interesting part about art on the internet, the digital arts.
I would say you cannot buy art at all. It's not possible to buy. You can buy artifacts.
That
So if I have Van Gogh,
Egon Schiele says this.
artists
Egon Schiele said
You are
this 400 years ago.
can be seen as a kind of intermediate position for developing something new, you know? This comes from something where this is going to somewhere, and maybe this, where it goes to, this could be the piece of art which could be sold.
We have an academy for digital art, so yeah, it
I
went
know.
somewhere. No, I mean, no, but just
But you know, I see what you have been describing, I would rather see as a kind of process, you know, in the stage of developing something.
Sure, because it leaks out.
And then, you know, it can go to another level.
We'll see where it goes.
A last round, and then maybe we'll make it
Open.
very open. We're sitting here in a gallery. A guy is investing money, stuff, and time.
This
The question: what do you expect from a gallery, from a gallerist? What does this mean to you?
Well, from an artist's point of view, of course, if the artist is exhibiting in a gallery, the artist wants to get something back, whatever this is. You know, the artist has to define by her or himself. So, is it for promotion? Is it for getting an exposure? Is it for getting publicity? Is it for selling? So there are different kinds of level what an artist can expect from a gallery. Generally speaking, I would expect that it's a combination out of it at the end. But of course one has to see that if artists are exhibiting, they put a lot of effort in from themselves to develop a show, to producing the show, you know, it's a lot of material costs involved, production costs, time, and so on. So, of course, the artist is expecting something. And in a way, the gallery can be a platform for getting something in return. Best way, of course, it is as I said, I don't want to only say it's just about the selling point, because it can go on another level too, because it can go to leading to new projects, to new exhibitions, to articles, and so on, to further projects, to new exhibitions. But of course one has to realistically see that the artist has to make a living from what he or she is doing. So best way, of course, there's also some return from a selling point.
Should there be some education for galleries, Thomas? I mean, the artists, they are now making PhDs and whatever,
Yeah, I think with gallerists, it is like, I think to be a successful gallerist, it is good if you studied some, at the moment, no? As long as we have this kind of society which is built up of economy, it's not too bad to be have some economical background, I guess. No, but this is not what is interesting, and it's the same with artists. I mean, if you have, you can have a PhD, you can have no education at all. It doesn't. It doesn't matter. It is a question. I think first of all, it is a question of the art. No, it's like how you stand. It's a question how you perceive yourself, and this is usually connected with some kind of education, of course. How you see the world and what kind of views you have on things, and how interested you are in communication. And this is like on the same side as on the gallery or promotion or management side as on the sides of the artists, I guess. And I think so it is hard to say what you have to. I think I remember that like in the 2007 or something, it started to pop up lots of curator schools, or you could study curatorship in universities, and this is really bullshit, I think. Because to be a good curator, you have to have a pre-life of being an artist and I don't know what, or a dramaturg or whatever. But you have to have life experience, as you said. You cannot become a curator at the age of 25 because you have a PhD, because you have no idea. Because being a curator, and I think this is also concerning to be running a gallery. It has a lot with to do with life experience, with communication, with having networks, knowing
with artists, with artists,
exactly.
with
not just, I mean, the market. We were talking too much about the market, I think, because this is really boring actually. But this is our present situation, and as the economy of the world economy is getting really tough. But it will kill us all anyway, so we don't need to talk about it. Yeah, no, I mean, this is, if we continue like this, there will be nothing.
So it's always
the thing is, the nothingness is fostering a new way, because if there is not, then I hope there will be a tipping point in our society where the people say, okay, fuck off with your money, we do it. So give me your painting, I give you, I don't know.
I do your thing.
You know, this is like, this has nothing to do. So art will survive this kind of economic system. As I think also the idea of having a gallery is communication. Actually, it's about connecting people, connecting artists with interested people to build up communities, and different levels of active creativity, I would say. And I mean, this is like, so that's what I mean.
Something like here now.
Exactly.
This is what
Something like here now.
It's a good example. So we talk about this, and because the art piece you cannot buy. No? There's first the thing, somebody is doing something to create some structures, and then this is a creative and art thing going on, and then the second one is when somebody is standing in front of this artifact and building something. There is where the art is happening. So how can you sell this? You can sell the artifact. It's like I give you. It's like selling you the I don't know, the aspirin, no? It's not. Yeah, I'm not selling you the being free of headaches. I'm selling you the tool and the stuff. And this is and of course this needs some structures to do it. And it's about storage. It's about communication. It's about delivering stuff from back and forth. And it's about public relations and all this stuff, and this is what the gallery has to do. And this in combination, so this is, for me, a gallery and a producer is always, in the best case, it's a friend and it's a colleague. It's a collaboration context. Mm-hmm. And this has to, so this tough market we were talking about before is really deadly, because this is not interesting. Having somebody who tells you, deliver me 20 more of this and then I will sell it. This is horrible.
It's corruption. Worst case scenario.
But people expect this from you. You have to be rich and you have to be famous.
No.
It's depending on yourself.
It's a point of view. It's a point of view. How.
I always get this.
It's a question about your luck and about your happiness. Are you happy if you have a Mercedes or Audi in your garage?
I mean, personally. So, what other questions? Like in school.
free discussion, after. Yeah.
No, it's also a question. But I think it's always the question between freedom and dependence, no? It's always, but I'm, you spoke about the galleries and gallery, and I could be generally agree, and I hope this circle will be continue. Maybe. Thanks you.
There's like there is some. I think it's a strange idea, but there are some that have the strange idea. That is actually it produces more interesting art if you have like a more narrow. I say like you have like difficulties. Like you have like it's if I give you all the money and say make art, and if you're basically almost starving and you basically
talked about it.
But this is quite a cynicism, I think.
It's a bit cynicism. That's why I'm saying it's a strange idea.
Give nothing to artists and make you make your art therapy. Yeah, you make your art. You are happy. Okay, you don't know nothing, not food, nothing. Yeah, this is quite cynical. It's a bit thing too extreme. Yeah.
It's also not using. I mean, I think the society, as artists, need the society to be. Otherwise it makes no sense to do it. To communicate with the society needs so that. Otherwise, there wouldn't. The first thing people started to do when they became consciousness was doing arts. I mean, you start to sing, you start to dance, you do this thing, because this is part of our existence. I would say, without art, the people die. I mean, if we do not classify art now, it's like all kinds of things you don't need for. If you just give a person food and place to sleep, this person will die. Because that's why you put people into prison, because you don't get information. It's like you get crazy. And that means we need this reflection, and this is also what is building up our. Because as a whole species needs to be created to survive, and this is the state where you are reflecting and discussing and building structures on your context to be abstract, and so this is something which has to be also recognized by the society. That's why it's always interesting that in political discussion art and culture is always in the last. It's the very last. First is economy, then there is economy, then there's economy again, and then there is like hospitals and infrastructure and I don't know what. And then and foreign affairs, and then in the end, we need some art also somewhere, because the people still think art is the flowers on the door.
But it's the other way around, because without art there is no mankind.
Yeah.
Without art there's no mankind. The first art thing was the thing the palm and the fingerprint on a wall with ochre, and what did this do? It stopped time. Art is the only thing that can stop time, because this thing, you make music, you sing, you talk, you walk, whatever, but it's always floating. Time is always flying in. And then this, and 1,000 years later you see this. There is no time in art, and I think this is what makes it so special and so wonderful, and makes about a species not of machines but of humans, and and art is the only way to to fight the machines which will now take over in a few years. Yeah, but there is some
anarchy.
Now we can come.
Look at China. I mean, you are always under surveillance. You get points for being a good or a bad person. If you got too many bad, then you can't travel.